What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chart Striker. It's your host, Dana. We are getting closer to New Year's Eve, like just a day left. So hope all of you are like having a good time so far. Ending the new year, in good terms and so on. We are gonna get straight into the TA. No time to waste. As usual, we will go through TA for Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, but then some other altcoins that we already spoke. Well, I already spoke about yesterday. So we're just gonna do some follow up and discuss some other TA, like in other markets as well, and we'll take it from there. So let's go ahead. The daily candle closed. Yesterday's candle was awesome. Now look, guys. Past 2 days, I've been telling you that I don't think this support is, as strong as this one. It's been strong, like it's definitely been strong, but not as strong as this one. And I told you I could have been wrong about this support, being weak, but here we go. Now, you see what happened as fast as we came to this level? To this box right here, we literally, hit the bottom of the box and we pulled back up real fast. So the support at this, area was much stronger than this area. So I could have been wrong, but it turned out to be that I wasn't actually wrong because I was like, what's going on? So it's not that it doesn't mean we're completely out of the danger zone, but there was a reason. It was because support was, much stronger here that we had this kind of a push as well. Now, looking at the Western indicators and so on, still not much has changed, unfortunately. Okay, like we still got, bearish momentum on both oscillators pretty much. We are losing the bearish momentum though slowly, short, just it's a bit weaker right now on the histogram and so on. But prior daily candle, it closed with a bam. It closed, high, like not high, but it closed, in a strong way. Now we need to break above this resistance that I've been speaking about. Before I get into it, let's take a look at the 4-hourly. Same thing here, like a nice candle, as you guys can see, on both the daily and the 4-hourly, okay? But you remember this resistance that I was talking about yesterday and before yesterday? I've been speaking about it. Again, it got respected, again. So look at this. On the hourly, you can see clearly we got rejected at these levels, okay? On the 4-hourly, pretty much the same. Like we got rejected at these levels as well. So the major levels before we close the new year, just like I said yesterday, okay, these are the levels I'm keeping an eye on. $16,200. If we can close somewhere above that level in 24 hours, okay, in 24 hours, we could still see some, strength in the beginning of this coming year. We could, if we can close above $16,200, because if we close anywhere, below 16.2, it's kind of hinting that it's getting weaker, okay? So that's the major support level that I'm, keeping an eye on when it comes to this 24 hours, like the coming 24 hours, okay? And when it comes to resistance, it's pretty much the same. We need to get above $17,060, okay? $17,060 to see an actual push, some type of rise, like a nice bounce, and not one of those, pathetic ones that we've had past days, recent weeks, even, okay? Because we've been like pulling up from 16.4 to 17, 16.5 to almost 17. Like if this keeps on going, like it's not much is happening. It's just, you know, ranging sideways really, okay? So these are the major two levels that I'm keeping an eye on. 16.2, if you can close above it on this yearly candle, okay? That would be something that would be better than, let's say, closing, you know, below 15.8, okay? Like closing below 15.8 is gonna be a terrible start when it comes to Bitcoin. Still, the yearly, not much has changed because I've been telling you guys it's pretty much, you know, bearish. If we just, you know, cancel all the noise just like this, you guys can see this is not, let me pull out the index chart with more data. This is not what you want to see. Like, we don't want it to close, you know, a bit, you know, lower, even 16.2. That's why the 16.2, I want to see a close above it to see a bit more push. And when I'm talking about a bit more push, at least to 20,000, 21,000, because things are still, you know, not looking the best, okay? But major critical levels after that, if things go south, you know what it is, and if you don't, I'm gonna repeat it, you know, since it's the last one of the last shows before the year ends. It's still around these levels right here, 13,700 to around, you know, 14k ish levels. And if we lose this one, guys, the next support that we have, canceling all the noise from, hold on, remove indicators. Okay, so you see this? If we lose this level around 13,700, okay, to 13,000 levels, guys, there's not much holding us until 11,500, okay? Because I already spoke about this a while ago. If things go south, if we break below this level, you see this support that has been holding since 2018, touch again, we could come and touch it again. That means this level right here, 11,558, would break. So now I've, you know, spoken about all the support levels that are important. You know, if this doesn't hold the 15.8 to 15.5 areas, if we close any, let's say, weekly below 15,500, see around these levels. Like this one is one of the major ones, and if this breaks, it's yeah, back to 12, 11.5, very possible. But do not like, I'm not completely ruling out things. I'm just taking it level by level, because we could come here and see some, you know, things or signs in the chart, in the TA, telling us there could be a reversal coming. So we can't know for sure, you know, if the bottom is going to be in around these levels yet. Definitely not here right now, because I don't see anything indicating so. Okay, on the weekly, not on the monthly either. We already know about this. But if it starts happening, for example, let's say around these levels, this support level, then we'll talk about it. Then it's going to be relevant for us, you know, to bring up, or for me to bring up. So that's Bitcoin in short. Like, so far, TA has been respected, so can't be mad. This resistance that I spoke about for a few days now, we got respected again, we got rejected again. And right now, if we lose this support, and I'm talking about the short term, okay, for those who are looking at the shorter time range, if we lose this support straight down, like there's really not much holding us until what, 16.4 again to 16.2 again, okay, those critical levels again. That is if we break this support, but we definitely have resistance when it comes to the hourly. And the 4 hourly, like I said yesterday and before yesterday, we still have resistance around 16,679. I think it came and touched it to the dot. Let's see. Highest was around 16,677. Okay, it was off by $2, but almost close. So that's Bitcoin. So let's head over to Ethereum now. Ethereum, I told you guys, remember that we had some resistance around, 1,206, 1,200 to $1,206. First of all, again, nice prior daily candle close, like a nice pullback. There is no support is the problem that can, that matches up with the PA. Same thing on Bitcoin, really, if we go back. Not on the daily, on the 4 hourly, it's really not much of a difference. Back to Ethereum. So nice pullback, nice push by the bulls. But Ethereum, okay. Main levels we need to hold so this doesn't, go left. When it comes to support, it's the 1,000, this level, okay, 1,100 to $1,074. If we lose 1,074 in any weekly or even this yearly, candle that's gonna end in 24 hours. Let me just remove all the noise so you guys can see what I mean. Because this is definitely not what you want to see in a pattern as well. Because this doesn't look like it favors the bulls, okay? And looking at the weekly, remember this channel that we had, this bearish, flag? We're kind of, below it right now. We're outside of the channel. Anyways, on the weekly, if we have any close, below 1,070, just to be a bit more conservative, if the year ends like that, guys, if the year ends like that, like we are gonna be coming to $890, 3 digits pretty fast, okay, pretty fast. Now let's talk about, this is what I want to see on the yearly candle, like at least some close above $1,070, okay? I'm gonna explain why soon, or I'm already explaining. On the daily, also weekly, if this candle can at least close above 1,240, guys, it would be something like, we are far away from this resistance right here around 1,355, pretty far. But for the weekly, the best scenario would be if we can close above $1,355, okay? $1,355 above a weekly candle close above that one. In that case, if that happens, it's eventually around these levels, like 1,600-ish to 1,700-ish dollars. Like not much, holding us if that happens. If we can see a close above it, a weekly candle close. It doesn't matter in the beginning of next year. It doesn't. Just the sooner, the better. So we can see a nice pump, on the beginning of the year. Okay, that could, set some tone for Q1 at least, if that happens. We've seen it happen before, history most of the time repeats itself when it comes to markets. And if the opposite happen, it's gonna be the opposite as well. Freedom Sound, welcome to the show. Thank you very much. Hope you have an awesome start to the year. Here in Europe, it's 24 hours left. We are all hyped. We just want this year to end. It's been a good one. Let's start off with a bang on the next one. And, I really hope you guys have an awesome coming year. Like with a lot of health, a lot of wealth, a lot of love. I'm gonna try to be live tomorrow. I'm gonna be going out, but I'll try to make it before the candle close at least. I might be a little bit tipsy, but I'll try to make it nevertheless. So Ethereum, guys, you know what's up, okay? If we can close above $1,355, it would be awesome for the weekly. If that happens, see eventually around, $1,600 to $1,700. And when it comes to resistance, you already know, like major levels we are eyeing on is this right now, this one, around 1,100 to 1,070-ish dollars. If it breaks this support, it's straight down to 3 digits. Okay, so that's Ethereum. We're done. Maybe I'll get into the 4 hourly and the short term, shorter time frame soon. But let's head over to Solana. The one where I told you the bulls are fighting with the bears right now at support. There you go. Okay. So, you remember this fight? This was before yesterday, or yesterday, I think I told you that, yeah, it was yesterday. I told you guys there is some obvious, fight going on between the bulls and the bears. We have this nice divergence that is forming on both the oscillators, okay? On top of that, we are holding support still. I don't know, in some miraculous way, okay? It must be this New Year's miracle or something. We're still holding, but we have resistance around these levels until we can see at least, a 4 hourly close, a daily close above, well, now it's kind of changed, but between 10.3 and 10.92 is one of the, well, 10.8 is one of the resistance areas for Solana. Let me just put this, because this was support, so I gotta remove it and do this instead. And turn it to blue, the profit taking level box or resistance level. So if we can see any 4 hourly close above, well, that was a bit too high, above 10.8, then eventually we will meet the next resistance around 11.7. Unfortunately, around $12 we got some hard resistance there. We need to break above this. If you want to see it go a bit higher on the 4 hourly, we need to break above $12 at least. Then we can see it come to 13. Like, there's so much resistance when it comes to Solana, guys. There is so much resistance on the daily. It's much more simpler. If this support holds and you see a 4 hourly candle close above 10.8, okay, a 4 hourly candle close above 10.8, there is not much when it comes to the daily. There is not much. If the 4 hourly candle close, as we spoke about the levels, close above that resistance level, there's not much, holding us until 12.8 to $13 on the daily, okay? But of course, first you need to see those 4 hourly candles, break above certain resistance levels for us to see a bit more push on the daily, you see? Everything kind of goes hand in hand. It's the same thing, if we talk about the hourly, we gotta see, some hourly close above certain levels to see that the 4 hourly, PA is gonna meet some levels as well. Fine. So on the hourly, we got very clear resistance around $10, just so you guys know. So a lot of resistance for Solana, left and right, a lot. Yearly candle, let's just have a fast glance. Guys, all the profits, like all the action from last year, is completely wiped out. Like, looking at this little gap, for me, it doesn't mean anything, like, because in general, it's completely wiped out. Like, it never happened. Wow. Like I don't see, if looking at this, I don't see anything indicating that the bears are getting exhausted. Nothing like that. On the daily is the only one I told you guys about. Like I see some type of fight going on. Only on the daily. Everything else, yeah. Yeah, Freedom Sound. We kind of held, around 7.5, but eventually, since we're talking about, major levels to keep an eye on, we can do it about Soul also. Like 5.3, this level right here, 5.3, 5.2. Really between 5 to 5.3. It's not far from us. It's not at all. So I understand a lot of people that are, waiting for this one. But the thing is, we still haven't seen a weekly close below $9 yet. Like if we see that, it's gonna, confirm a little bit that we are gonna go lower. But then we got this 4-hourly support that you guys can't see, but there is a 4-hourly support that I drew here. If we see any 4-hourly candle close below 6.95, so we don't have to wait for the weekly and so on. If we see any candle close below 6.95, just $7 on the 4-hourly. See around 5.2, $5 eventually. Like not much holding us, unfortunately. And if we lose that, well, first support is all the way around almost $3. It's yep, far ahead, far ahead. What I'm thinking about is what if Solana turns out to be like one of those other altcoins that we've seen that hit a bottom. You see some type of a correction, but it never ever reaches all-time highs again. That's also something, we have to keep in mind, because a lot of crypto coins have gone through that. That happens sometimes in other markets as well. And the shape is just not looking good. Like looking at this, canceling all the noise in the chart, not looking the best. Do you guys like realize we need a close above 30 something dollars on a monthly time frame for us to ever see, for example, around 50-ish for a start, and then after that, higher levels. We need to break above, 30 something dollars first of all. If we find resistance there, if it comes there, it's not gonna be the best. Look, around these levels we need to break out of on a monthly level. If it happens, fine. But right now we are so far away from it, so far away from it. And guys, let me leave you with one more thing when it comes to when it comes to Solana. Major level when it comes to resistance on a weekly is around $15. On a daily, also around $15, okay? I'm talking about, daily targets that we have to keep an eye on. For example, when we come to around, $12, if we see a close above 12.4 to be a bit more conservative, see eventually around, well, 13.2-ish for a start, okay? We see a close above that one, even 4-hourly close above, 13.2, see eventually around, 14 point something dollars. But this level right here, $15, is very important. It's critical areas right there. I think it could get back to at least $100 in Bull Run Mania if the devs stay on the protocol. Yeah, like it's possible. If they stay in protocol, it's possible. And then on top of that, if nothing else kind of infects it, like what happened because of FTX with Solana. Excuse me, guys. It could be possible, Freedom Sound. It is possible, but I'm taking it level by level. We'll see if the TA gets respected and we see a monthly close at least, above, $33, okay? $33.7 to be a bit more conservative. Then Sure, there is a chance, but until then, I'm just looking at the ranges, the shorter time frames, because that's possible to trade still. Otherwise, it's not looking the best. It's not looking the best. Let me see if this is what I think it is. Hold on. If it is, it'd be interesting. That is, if it is. Yep. Okay, interesting. I just saw this. So we have some, type of ascending triangle, which is nice, I guess. With enough touches and so on. Let's see now. Problem is already here. Okay. The problem is that we already have some bad divergence developing. If we want it to, if we want to see it, completely become invalid, we need a bit more push. We need to break above this, above the top of this line right here, the green line, the ascending triangle, and hold, retest this as support and see some follow through. That would be nice because there's already, some bad divergence developing, just so you are aware of it. I mean, it had a nice bounce, around support, but and daily also looking like, the bears are a bit tired if I, just remove everything. But on the hourly, clearly they're not tired. Clearly they're not tired. If we close anywhere below 9.6, very possible that we come back to $9. And this is the hourly I'm speaking about. Do not confuse it with the weekly and so on, guys. But I like how, in a normal market, okay, in a normal market, if I would have seen these things both on the Western and Eastern, and this support, holds, I would have seen it as a good thing for the bulls, okay? It's just that there's a lot of other factors going on fundamentally as well. Hence, I'm a bit cautious, but I cannot deny that looking at this, not the hourly, okay, but looking at the daily, I could see that the bears are tired. And I said this yesterday as well, before this, action happened. So we'll see, we'll see. If we break out of this, descending triangle to the downside, then it failed. Simple as that. But it's definitely here. So that's Solana. Let's move on to the next one. Zen. So yesterday a little recap. I said that I'd rather not go long at these levels. I'd be very, very cautious. Like, if anything, if I would do something, I'd rather take a short or just, take profit and so on, and that's it. This is when we're around these levels, like things were still looking okay, but there were signs telling us to be cautious. On top of that, we were at resistance levels, as you guys can see. We didn't come all the way to what, 7,652 areas, but we came to 7,173 areas, pretty close. But this is what happened. I told you guys we need a daily close above this level. We got a 4-hourly close above this level a little bit, but there was no follow through. Look what happened, on the next, bar. It just went up a little bit, and then, it started here, but then it failed. It came down below this critical level, and then since then, look what happened. It's been acting as resistance. Like we tried here, failed, tried here, failed, tried here, failed. And the moment we lost this support, which was on the hourly, the moment we lost, this support, same thing here. We kind of, went all the way back to these support areas. And same thing here again, this level right here. If I just extend this, you guys can see what I mean. Hold on. You see, the moment we broke below it, we went lower to these levels. Now, twice, there's some type of a demand, but it's not a demand I'd trust, because I don't think it's done unless I see something indicating of a reversal. I can't say much yet. On the 4 hourly though, we have this nice divergence, building right now. It's not complete, it's just building, okay? But I can't say that the bears are tired looking at this action. And the nice divergence is only in one of the oscillators, not both of them, okay? Which maybe doesn't make it as a very strong one, but it's nevertheless, it's there. Sometimes it's just enough for one. With one, I mean. But yeah, I don't think we're done yet going down. Like I said, if we come back to these levels, it wouldn't be that surprising by the looks of things. I'm looking at the moving averages at my other screen. In my other screen, on daily, pretty much bearish. 4 hourly, 4 hourly short term is above the long term and the midterm, but it's not completely bullish yet because the midterm is below the long term, okay? So keep that in mind. I do not see that bears are exhausted yet on the 4 hourly. Definitely not on the daily either. At least not by the prior candle, okay? Yeah, not much on the hourly either right now. We'll see if this support holds on the hourly, around 4,000-ish, 0.00004125 or 4000. If it does, and then we see some types, something indicating of a reversal around these areas, that would be something, like something nice. But right now, there is some nice divergence on the hourly as well, guys. So we'll see if the support holds. If it doesn't, straight down to these levels first, and if 3419 doesn't hold, we're going a bit, lower to 300 levels, 3200 to 3, what is it? Well, 3000 levels, pretty much. The problem for Zen would be really if, let's head over to the daily. If we close anywhere below these levels right here, 2342 to 152, then it's not nice at all. If we close anywhere, below these levels, because I told you guys, if that happens, I do not see anything holding us until these levels. But so far, TA has been respected when it came to Zen. We spoke about it before the pump. It broke out of resistance. It was good to go. It looked delicious. And now we are here. Today, Zen NFTs were launched. So still the news happened, I think. Very possible, very possible. Maybe, yeah, that could have affected the price, definitely. I didn't know about the NFT, Zen NFTs, that they were launched and so. Thanks for sharing that, but I had no idea. I was just, looking at this and I was like, okay, so we're pretty much doomed. The sell happened today, so it probably pushed it a bit more, but TA wise, we already saw that it was time, to get out. That's, on the 29th. So it was already, looking a bit worrisome around these areas on the 29th when we couldn't, break out of this resistance. So that plus the fundamentals probably, mixed up. But freedom sound, I always, take the TA word first, and then, I have to look at the fundamentals as well, but I always, respect the TA first. So that's Zen, guys. Pretty much if we come to these levels, it's not that relevant. I just wanna, remind you guys. If we close above, 7652, because right now we're far away from it, we still couldn't, close the daily above this resistance right here. Not that relevant, but I'm just, talking about it. If we can close above 8125 levels on Zen, on a daily, on a 4 hourly, like there is really not much holding us until these levels next, okay? 8997 to 9553, and if that breaks, it's have fun. See around, these levels first, meet some resistance, and then eventually these levels. Like, just wanna, small recap. It's the end of the year, so just a small summary of what I'm thinking of, what I see in the charts and so on. So that's Zen. So far we've had a look at what? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana as well, and Zen, and just writing it down. Okay, next, Cardano. Freedom Sound. I hope you're enjoying it. Like, it's me and you today, me and you. Maybe the others have already started partying and so on. Maybe in some parts of the world. It could be New Year soon, who knows? Okay, Cardano. Okay. Like I have to highlight one thing. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, even Solana. Now, all these, except Zen, all these kind of show that the bulls are fighting back on the daily. Just keep this in mind, okay? Keep this in mind. Now, let's go ahead. Cardano, nice pullback. Like we came close to this support area. We came as far as 0.2392, and this one starts at 0.2368. So I missed by a few cents and so on. That's why I say around, okay? So we pulled back. I can see that the bears are a bit exhausted, okay? I'm not saying they don't have full, the bulls have full control. I'm just saying I could see that they are exhausted. I also see that there's some nice divergence on both oscillators. Take that with you, okay? This is on the daily. Thing is, we need this close on a daily above 0.24. Let me see now, 2484. If you can see it, then see eventually around these levels. 0.26 areas eventually, okay? But first, on the 4 hourly, we need to do this. We need like to see 0.26 on a daily. We need to see a close above 0.25 at least, on a 4 hourly, and then that's definitely gonna push that price to 0.26. I know it's like a small difference in price, from where it's at right now, but it doesn't matter what I think, even though sometimes I think it's ridiculous. It's just, a little difference. I'm still giving you my unbiased TA because what I think doesn't matter. What TA is showing us matters even like much more, okay? So 4 hourly, same thing. Can see that the bears are exhausted. Remember, we have to break above this resistance at least, on an hourly note here. If you can see an hourly break above 0.2484, eventually around the 4 hour resistance, okay? We have this very nice divergence that is building, okay? That could favor the bulls. If you can at least see an hourly close above 0.2484, we'll start with that. because you know the daily resistance, it's all the way, you know, up here, like 0.26 to 0.265-ish levels. Like best case scenario, we could see, you know, 0.27, just saying. But first, we need to close the hourly resistance. We need to break out from the hourly resistance, which is around these levels, okay? 0.2467 to 0.2484. If we can see that, see eventually around these levels on the 4-hourly resistance. And we can see, if we see a 4-hourly, you know, breakout from resistance, a candle breakout, then we will meet the daily resistance eventually, okay? Now, long term, if we cancel all the noise, looking at Cardano, like gotta do this because it's not often we do this, and just 24 hours left, at least, you know, where I am, 24 hours left and 2022 is done. Look at this candle, guys. Without, you know, even using a lot of PA. If you guys know what the red candle stands for and what a green candle stands for, you know, as, you know, strong as these, then this doesn't definitely tell you that things are looking bullish. Okay, simple. Now, on the daily, guys, if Cardano breaks or closes anywhere below 0.2317, see eventually around these levels. I've said it before, 0.2 and lower is not gonna be that strange, you know, that shocking when it comes to Cardano if that happens. On the weekly, like weekly, there's literally not much, you know, holding us. If I do this and you guys look left, you see, even weekly, if this daily breaks, the weekly support is around, you know, these areas, guys. 0.15 to 0.17, okay? But on the daily, like as long as this can hold to 0.2, okay, we can stretch it to 0.2, fine. But this support is important for the daily to hold. At least if you can see some type of, you know, of a reversal action going on. Now, I already see that the bears are exhausted looking at this, you know, looking at the PA. But until we can at least, you know, break above this area, 0.2484, I'm not gonna feel that comfortable, you know. If I was to go in on a long, I'd like to see some bit more, you know, a bit more confirmation. Now let's have a look at the 4-hourly. It's pretty much the same. We got some positive momentum on the histogram. MACD is bullish. RSI are pretty much weak. Hourly, we actually kind of have some bad divergence that is building right now, guys. Look, this is the hourly resistance box, okay? We came as high as 0.2463. The box, you know, it starts around 0.2467, and I always tell you guys around 0.2467, so we're definitely around 0.2467. And unfortunately, on the hourly, it's like, looks like the bulls are a bit tired, okay, on the hourly. So if this support doesn't hold, let me just do this. And I'm talking about the hourly now, okay? So we do not confuse it with the other time frames. Because sometimes people, you know, look at the 4-hourly chart, but then, you know, they trade in the hourly. Like it doesn't, you know, it really doesn't go hand in hand. So if we lose this support, guys, there's not much holding us, and I'm talking about the hourly. Like if we lose that one, it's eventually, you know, around these levels, okay? 0.24 to 0.2396. So I'm gonna mark it so people do not confuse it. So And then we got this one. Okay, we lose this area right here below 0.239-ish. We close any hourly candle below that one, see you eventually, back to, the major support level around these levels, okay? Hourly is looking a bit tired, so we are being rejected at resistance areas, kind of, so be cautious. We'll see what happens with Cardano. Next, BNB. In some miraculous way, it is still above $245, this level that I spoke about, and it is still above $235, so fine. Okay, BNB, I see you bulls trying to hold on. And yearly, well, monthly, let me start with the monthly. Do you guys understand how horrible it is if we see a monthly close below $200? There's literally no support until, way back here, like around four. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, for those of you holding BNB backs and whatnot. Like, it's all the way at 2 digits, guys. If we see a monthly close below $200, it's done for now. This 12 monthly, we don't have, a lot of data. We cannot do much. Like, even if I bring out the Western indicators, there's really not much. There's no RSI, there's no, histogram, there's only see is the volume. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing with the PA. That much I can say, okay, on the 12 month chart. But if we can at least, hold these levels. Okay, hold these levels. Let me just do this. Actually, I already have a line there. This red dashed line right here. Throughout this, chaos that's happening, in the bear market and so on, it would mean something, but I don't know. Like, I'm not betting on it because monthly, look at the strong candle. If it closes like this tomorrow, then it is what it is, okay? On the weekly, I do see that, let's see now. Okay. Like, the bears are just a little tired, a little, not that much at all. The negative momentum just started on the weekly, guys. Like, it's been going for 2 weeks now, plus, the week we are in. MACD is bearish, RSI is weak, all the way below neutral. Looking at the daily, we are still inside this channel. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, too many drawings, but you guys see this major level right here, around $251, that we're still below, okay? We still can't seem to close above this heart line either. Like, it's been going for a while now. We're still below this heart line, and this heart line is around what, $245, $246. We're still, below it, but we are above, critical levels around $235. That is something. That's not that bad. So if we can see a daily close, above $258, and we can see, like, we could see it come to $258 on the daily if we can see a 4-hourly close above $251, okay? Simple, so you guys understand. If we see a close above $251, the $258 level could come easier, okay? It's more likely that it will come. And then if we see any daily close above 260 to be a bit more conservative, okay? If we see any daily close above $260, we are gonna meet some resistance around 266, possible. But if we break that, guys, if we can break $266, not much holding us until these levels, $284 to $300, like easy, without getting deep into it. That is the resistance levels or profit taking levels, okay, on a daily frame. And when it comes to support, if we can't hold this $200 to 211, lower we go, guys. See, eventually first around $155, and yeah, then even lower. Now on the 4-hourly, this level right here, $235, is important because if we lose that one, like first support is gonna be around $220, and I'm talking about the 4-hourly, okay? But we lose $220 on the 4-hourly, it's straight down to $211 to $200. Like that's what's more likely to come. And when I say straight down, it doesn't mean like it's gonna happen 100%. I'm just saying if 4-hourly gets disrespected, the support doesn't hold, more likely we will go lower because yeah, that's what happens. So that's BNB. We're done with BNB as well. And we had a look at Cardano, right? Yep. Okay, next. Dogecoin. Let me just stretch this out before I tell you what's going on so you guys can see. Do you see support still being respected? Now I'm gonna just reverse it to the old way. So on the daily, we still have some, nice divergence building in one of the oscillators, like on one of the oscillators. We are at support levels. Maybe I should just stretch it out and leave it stretched out. Because you guys see, I do not change the price levels. I just, stretch it out a little bit to the right so you guys can see the support that I'm seeing as well. So if you look left, these are, old resistance areas that turned into support now. We are at support, but I can't really say that I see the bears completely exhausted yet. On the daily, I can't. I'd like to come out here and tell you, okay, well, I think they're exhausted, but I'm not seeing that right now. We still have, some negative momentum going on the oscillators, like not looking the best really on the daily. Whoa, monthly, guys. On monthly, if we lose this level right here, guys, we see it break below 0.5393 on a monthly frame. See eventually around 0.046-ish. And if that breaks, I don't want to get into it because it looks horrible, because it's gonna go way much lower than. I don't see the bears being exhausted yet on the monthly and 12 month. It's pretty much looking like everything else, in the crypto space, crypto markets right now. We're still looking bearish, okay, pretty much. So let's see. Let's focus on the daily now. So if we lose this support around 0.06544, see eventually next around 0.0628-ish levels, okay? For hourly candle close, you don't have to wait for the daily. If we get any 4-hourly candle close below this level right here, 0.06552, see eventually around these levels, 0.06289. Not much holding us, okay? 0.062, very possible for Dogecoin. Let's see if because daily I can't see that the bears are exhausted or something, but on the 4-hourly I do. On the 4-hourly it's a different story, guys. but we got resistance around 0.07052 first. Okay, we got some resistance here on the 4 hourly. Let me just do this. Okay, so if we can see a 4 hourly candle close above 0.07154, we are gonna meet resistance. Just to remind you, we are gonna meet some resistance around 0.07279. But eventually, this is the target that I'm, looking at around 0.07364 to 0.07433. That is, first of all, on the hourly, we need to get above this level right here because I think I saw some bad divergence last time. Yes, it was here. So we have this bad divergence already, growing on the hourly. And we got some resistance also around 0.06878 on the shorter time frames, like shorter, If you can see that, see eventually around these levels, and if we can get above 0.07161, we are gonna, see that this bad divergence that we see is gonna become invalid. But we have to break, above this level first, 0.07154 areas, okay? See an hourly candle close above it, which would be good for a more push, on the 4 hourly to see this level right here, okay? Some resistance here, but eventually this level more likely. So that's Dogecoin. Like I could talk about, the other support, well, not support, resistance levels or profit-taking levels, but it feels like right now at this moment it's a bit irrelevant because daily is not looking the best. Okay, for hourly, we already know, what we can see if PA gets respected, because I do see that the bears are definitely exhausted right now. I like this action, this line action right here, this pattern, at support. So all this I like, but don't forget, we got some bad divergence building. We need to close, above 0.07154 on an hourly, to see that it's invalid, the bad divergence. But until then, it's one of the oscillators. But like I said, it's important we close above this level, okay? Not only to get to this area right here, but to see that the bearish divergence that we have that's growing or building becomes invalid. This one should actually be, hold on. Yeah, this is an hourly resistance, not just for hourly. Like a lot of resistance, for Dogecoin, but it is what it is. So that's Dogecoin. Like if good days come by, for Dogecoin, and we can see a close above 0.1 dollars, okay, 0.10779 ish levels. Yeah, eventually we can come back to these levels, but let's take it step by step. There is really no need to think about that right now, by the way things are looking right now. So that's Dogecoin. Let's go ahead and have a look at each bar now, the one that failed. Hence, we see why stop losses are very important. I told you guys, if you cannot break above that it's like stuck in my head because I've been saying it so much. That 0.0444 area, it's gonna fail. Look, look. When we saw this, or when I saw this, I said that, okay, I see some, signs, hinting of a reversal right now. And then we came up a little bit. Problem was, I also said, if we can't break above 0.4444, you guys can go ahead and look at the shorts video that I made, I think from the 24th or 25th, I'm not so sure, but somewhere around these dates. And I emphasized that this level is very important. Like, if we cannot break above 0.04444 on a daily, on a 4-hourly, we can forget, about, seeing, a bit more higher prices, okay? Because you remember this channel that was being respected? The bottom of this channel right now is acting as resistance, simple as that. And then we spoke about stop losses. Don't be Caroline, okay? Do not be a Caroline. We spoke about stop losses, and what did I say? When it comes to stop losses, it's very important that we have a stop loss, somewhere around these levels. Somewhere around these levels. A bit, I said somewhere around, 0.04 would not be that bad. The moment we, broke below 0.04, what happened? Because for those who missed and maybe thought, okay, well, it's gonna go higher, there's more profit coming. I was already, thinking, if I was to trade this, we're talking a hypothetical now, I'd get out at the levels when I see, there's resistance and like it's being rejected and it's being respected. The resistance level is being respected. So what happened? If you didn't have any stop loss now around these levels, now you're in a loss, okay? But if you had stop loss, let it do its thing. Let it just do its thing. Eventually, if it comes to these levels, well, it's another opportunity there, but at least you have, some of your money and you're not completely wrecked. You see, the important thing. Sometimes risk management is even, as important, if not more important than the trades itself. So daily, I do not see, that, well, obvious now, but I do not see that the bears are losing steam. Nothing like that. Oof, yeah, no, there is no divergence whatsoever on the daily either, okay? Looking at the 4-hourly, let's see now. Nothing, guys, nothing. Look at this. Oversold H-bar 4-hourly. Like, when was the last time we saw this, something like this? Hold on. This was interesting. Just gotta see this. Okay, let's back up. It's never been this oversold H-bar. Wow. Okay, so this is the lowest it's been on the RSI since whenever, on Binance, chart at least. Okay, I don't know about the others, but on Binance, it's the lowest it's been, guys. And do I see that the bears are losing steam or something on H-bar? No, unfortunately not. Not even on the 4-hourly, unfortunately. Let's see if I can find some support right around these levels. Nope. Okay, yeah, okay. There's something. It's not the strongest, but there is something. Let's see if it matches up with the... We're actually breaking down below it right now. So, yeah. So it means another confirmation. If we close any daily, below this one, below this line right here, let me just double check, hold on. And I'm doing this live, guys, so bear with me. I just want to make sure, everything is how I want it to be. Yep, it's there. Okay. So if we close a daily, below this one, hasta la vista, and I'll see you around, 0.03-ish levels for a start. It's not looking good. Like we understood that. We understood that when we saw that this this area was acting as hard resistance, and then we, lost support. That's it. Now we'll see if the daily holds here. Fine. If it doesn't, good luck. I don't think I've ever done a fib on this, but no need. No need right now, we can do that another day, but look at this weekly. Oh my god, if the weekly candle closes like this on each bar, guys, like there was a fight between the bears and the bulls last week, but completely wiped out now. We'll see. If weekly can hold above this level and daily, it would like mean that we could pull up and probably come back to these levels again, very possible, but right now, by the looks of the monthly, just let me remove all the noise so you guys can see how horrible it's looking, especially the monthly. There is nothing, that's telling us, oh, we can't go all the way down to 0.03 or 0.028-ish, like nothing at all. So that's each bar, ladies and gents. It's devastating, like to see, but not if you're in a short, kudos to you, but nevertheless, it's horrible, like just looking bad. Okay, so that's each bar. Let's move on to the next one. Before I continue, chat, is there anything that you would like me to have a look at so we can have a look at it together? Go ahead, take a minute, think about it, and let me know in the chat. We've had a look at Dodge, we've had a look at Solana, yep, had a look at HBAR. Okay. Cosmos, Atom. It's been a while. It was kind of looking, fine when I saw it, I don't know. I think it was earlier today. Yep, earlier today. Problem is we are at resistance right now, but let's take out all the factors as usual. So support held. Good job, Ethan. Support held. We bounced off support, okay, after a mixture of some nice divergence with, support holding, a nice divergence on both the oscillators on top of that. You see, all good. Thing is, we are at resistance now. We just, met resistance, so we'll see what happens. Moving averages looking bearish. Let me have a look at the other moving averages as well. Hold on. Atom. Yeah, friends, it's looking pretty much bearish there too. Like short term below midterm, midterm below long term, and I'm looking at the, daily. Let's glance at the monthly chart. Well, monthly chart. Okay, we got this support. I think it's already marked. Yep, it's already marked. If we close the monthly below 9.26, see around 7.4 to $5-ish dollars. Okay, if let's have a look at the yearly. Okay, at this point, I think I'm gonna stop looking, at the yearlies because every yearly we've gone through, it looks pretty much the same, literally the same. Strong red candle, like at least if it was something like this, it would have been good, but strong red candle, okay? Okay, let's have a look at the daily now. Weekly, it's, yeah, we can have a look at the weekly on Sunday a bit deeper, but we can glance at it right now. Okay, bears tired, fine. There is no divergence whatsoever. We still have, some negative momentum going on here. MACD wants to turn bullish though. Do you see this? It wants to. It doesn't mean it's gonna. But if this is respected, like if we can close at least a weekly above, at least above 9.36, that would be nice for Atom. Okay, now let's move on to the daily. On the daily, we are at resistance, guys. I'm telling you again, we are at resistance and we can come back, since we are at resistance, if, this fails to hold, let's say the levels of 9.1, see eventually back again, around 8.5-ish, levels, if 9.1 doesn't hold. So I can just do this. Or $9 really, just somewhere around these levels. So we lose this, see eventually, back at, the bottom of this box, okay? And if we can see a daily close, a 4-hourly close even, so we don't have to wait for the daily. If we can see, a 4-hourly close above this one, there's really not much holding us until what, 10.3 to 10.5 areas, okay, on the daily. If we can see a 4-hourly close above this level, a daily close above this level, not much holding us, guys, until 10.3-ish to 10.5-ish levels. On the 4-hourly, yeah, we got some resistance around 9.5-ish on the 4-hourly. That's why we need that close above 9.5, okay? And then we have resistance around $10 as well. Like, look left, hold, support levels. I can fib it as well, but we got resistance around, 9.9 to $10. Let's bring out the fib. Just looking at if there's any divergence, and there is divergence, by the way, on the 4-hourly. So it's only gonna be like invalid if we see some more growth, some more rise. Until then, there's some bad divergence going on. Okay, so we are already at resistance. It's very funny because I do not use the fib that much, guys. So you can see here that we already hit, the golden, pocket. First one at least, first resistance or profit taking levels. And looking at the second one, what do you know? It's between 9.7 to 9.8-ish levels. So okay, that goes hand in hand with the TA I'm seeing without the fib as well. But it's good for for those of you who like to see it visually. Now you saw that the fib also kind of connects with the targets we're speaking about. And like if we lose if I think this is what I think it is at resistance, let me just draw it. Now that wouldn't be that nice if it is what I think it is. Hopefully it's not. But if it is, I'm gonna be ready for it. Okay, ladies and gents, if you saw this chart like this, doesn't this look bullish to you, right? Very bullish, so nice, so awesome, you know, pump all the way, right? Reality is it's looking like this. You better be careful if we get below this heart line, which is very close to this, you know, level right here, 9.24. Look, and the bottom of the channel goes hand in hand with the support that I spoke about, you know, right here, around 9.1. We break out of this channel, you know what's coming next, okay? This is Atom, because if we lose this support, guys, if we close any daily below 8.5, sorry, below 8.5, or even a weekly, there is not much holding us until, you know, 7.3 first, okay? So take that with you, and if we lose 7.3, it's gonna get horrible very fast. Solana and Atom are gonna be dancing with each other, you know, with those single digit numbers, okay? So that's Solana. I mean, that's Atom in short. Yeah, okay, I need a sip of water now, you know, just, you know, pump the brakes. We've been doing TA non-stop, literally in an hour and a half almost now. So just gonna drink a glass of water and then we will continue. Like, I want to look at so many altcoins at the same time. We got time. Hopefully we'll all, you know, be blessed with health, so we have time. But it's just, you know, exciting because it's the last days of New Year before the new beginning, you know, happens. New start of the year, and I just want to look through as many as I can. Okay, so we've had a look at, just gonna write it down so I do not mix it up with some other altcoins when we're gonna continue with the TA. So we've had a look at HBAR, Zen, Solana, Cardano, Atom, BNB, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. We have a look at Ripple. No, we didn't. Okay. So Ripple coming up, and what else? Ape, why not? Just gonna write it down. Ripple, Ape, and what else? What else? XLM, definitely XLM. If we're gonna be looking at Ripple, we're gonna be looking at XLM as well. We can't leave the cousin out. Okay. XLM coming up as well. What else? What else? Link. Yeah, that one is all alone, so we have to have a look at that one as well. Okay. And then, yeah, we'll see Phantom, Matic, like there are so many. Okay, so I'm gonna have a glass of water, guys. 2-3 minutes tops. Stretch your legs, get some water, get some drinks, I don't know, like whatever you like. Enjoy the tunes, and I'll be back in 2-3 minutes, and we will continue with the Link, Ape, Stellar, and a few others. We'll see. Okay, be right back. I'm gonna keep the Bitcoin chart on. 10 minutes. There you go. And I'll be back. And back. Let me just. So, it's so refreshing, to have a cold glass of water after speaking a lot. And I tend to speak very like fast, so I need to get, hydrated now and then. Okay, so let's continue with the XRP. Right, music too high. So, XRP, there's a collusion, okay, between the bears and the bulls right now. Like, the oscillators are turning to negative. Look at this. Look at this. Like these heading towards, going bearish. RSI is below neutral. Looking at the moving averages, pretty much bearish also. Let me have a look at the shorter time frames. When it comes to the MA, hold on. Ripple. Yeah, pretty much the same on the daily. Pretty much the same. Weekly also. Like weekly just went bearish, okay? Because the midterm just crossed below the long term, like for the first time since for the first time ever, actually. Now that I see that, for the first time ever, it just crossed below the long term. And it's looking bearish. Weekly, we just started with the negative momentum. We just started. And you remember this horrible, bad divergence that has been growing since I'll probably start streaming. It's about to play out, guys. It's about to play out. Like, if this support doesn't hold, it's about to play out. If this breaks, let me just say, okay, on a weekly time frame, if we close below, if you want to be a bit more conservative, 0.28, but anywhere, well, 0.31, I mean, but anywhere below 0.2869, we're going lower. And if this doesn't hold, it's not gonna be looking that nice for Ripple because there is really not that much, going on after this support. Like it's all the way to 0.15-ish, 0.1 something-ish levels. It's just 0.15, 0.16. It's not looking the best if that happens. We do have resistance when it comes to the daily. On the daily time frame, we do have resistance around what, 0.357-ish levels. We need to see a break above that one, to see these levels, next one. So if we can close above $0.35 at least on a daily, see eventually around 0.37-ish, 0.38-ish, not 0.37, but yeah, 0.3718 to $0.38, okay, for a start. But right now it's still kind of holding support in some weird way. Doesn't mean we can't come back and to these levels and retest it. Problem would be if we close below 0.33. That's a problem for Ripple then. Until then, we're fine. Hopefully this support holds. There is no divergence that I can see on Ripple, so we'll see what happens. Let's zoom in. Yeah, we're definitely gonna come back down. Like on the 4-hourly, it's pretty clear that the bulls lost steam. Hopefully 0.33 levels hold in some way, because if it doesn't, guys, yeah, we are gonna come to the 0.3 levels first, okay, and then eventually a bit lower. But right now, a pullback wouldn't be that surprising. Like a continuation of this pullback wouldn't be surprising. On the 4-hourly, we got rejected at resistance. Well, resistance is around 0.347-ish. We came all the way to 0.3461, pretty close. So we got rejected at resistance. Looking at the hourly, yep, pretty much the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. So that's in short Ripple. On the 4-hourly, we need to get to these levels. See a close above 0.3567. Okay. To see a continuation to this next target right here. I could fib it also for those who love the Fibonacci. There you go. And guess what? Golden pocket right around 0.358 to 0.36 areas. Okay. Nothing wrong with doing a fib on it, just to see if it matches up. I don't always agree with the fib, but sometimes we do agree, and that's only good. So that's Ripple in short. Okay, we are at support levels. If we close anywhere on the 4-hourly, if we close anywhere below 0.33-ish dollars, see around 0.3 eventually. So next, XLM, and then we will do ape coin. So XLM, we're still holding this support area, okay? I do not see that the bears are exhausted, anything like that on the weekly. Like, we do have this nice divergence that is starting to build as long. Look, this is the thing with this nice divergence, okay? It doesn't mean we can't, come, a bit lower. Very possible. But if we, for example, close below 0.0613, then this divergence is kind of gonna be invalid, you know, in one of the oscillators, on one of the oscillators, okay? It's gonna be invalid. So it doesn't mean we can't come back, you know, to these levels, but it's very important if we do that we do not see a daily candle close below this level right here, around 0.0614, okay? Same thing on the weekly, really. It's very important, both weekly and daily, that we do not see the candle close and then some follow through below this level, because if that happens, we're going low. On the daily, okay, loving this. Okay, this I like to see. So we had this nice divergence that we already spoke about, right? We kind of, you know, lost this support around 0.073. I think I spoke about it last time, and I did say if we, you know, get below that one, see eventually around these levels. 0.0710, we went all the way to 0.0702, pretty close. I do see that the bears are a bit exhausted on the daily, okay, at critical levels, which is nice. Plus the nice divergence that we see as well, good. All this could mean that, you know, we could see some type of a correction, but also on the daily, we got some resistance to break above first, okay? On the daily, it's right here. Between 0.0745 to 0.0765-ish levels, be a bit higher here. 0.0766 levels. If we can see a daily candle close above this level, not much holding us until, you know, 0.082 to 0.0850 for a start. We can probably wick all the way to 0.088, but if it's just not a wick and we actually see a daily candle close above this one, not much holding us until, you know, 0.0988-ish levels, okay? So that's XLM. Let me just mark this one, mark it. Here we go. Pretty much before I mark it's pretty much the same on the 4-hourly, right? Should be if my TA is correct. Yes, just a little bit out of touch. There we go, 0.077 instead of 0.0767. But it's pretty much on the 4-hourly as well. So we don't have to wait for a daily candle close actually. Like if the 4-hourly candle instead, we do this. It will work also. So if we see a 4-hourly candle close above this level, see eventually at the daily target, which is around 0.082 to 0.085 levels, guys. That's XLM. You know, the support areas we need to hold, and yeah, the rest, we'll see what happens. Guys, I've been live for an hour, almost 2 hours now. Like, I really wanted to do ApeCoin as well and a few others, but I've been going through most of the, you know, market that we did today, that we did TA on today, pretty much in depth, like talking about long term and so on, and what levels to keep an eye on and so on. Not only in Bitcoin, but on Bitcoin, but many others. So unfortunately, since tomorrow's New Year's, I have to kind of try to sleep early today and wake up early, get ready for the day and so on and so forth. I have to call it a show today, okay? the last show before the last one. Hopefully, I'll be here tomorrow. A bit tipsy, but I'll be here tomorrow. Um, thank you all for this like journey, like for being in this journey with me, for showing up, for tuning in, for all the love, for all the support. Like I appreciate each and one of you. And if you like the contents that I bring, um, to those who are just watching or just replaying the show today or right now as I speak, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, hit that like button, show your support, also, to push it, in YouTube, to push this channel a bit more. Go ahead, press these buttons, and thank you for doing so. Thank you for spending your time with me. Um, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, enjoy your day, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful start and end in this year, okay? In this, well, tomorrow, the end of this year. So take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you all.